Go ahead.
Tom, you face a Maryland team that has top-notch point guard, top inside play. Just what problems do they present?
Oh, every problem imaginable, because they're deep. And that was one of the things that I think was really apparent at the beginning of the year with them, and they've developed those guys. But they don't put anybody out on the court that can't make plays. And the size, obviously, is really unique because of how well Jake Layman plays at the 3 spot. I mean, he can mix between the 3 and the 4. But then when you have 4 inside players like they have, not just Robert Carter and Diamond Stone, but the other guys that come off the bench, they really don't lose a lot. I mean, they can defend, they hold the post, they protect the paint, and the best thing they do is protect the paint. And they create a lot of shot blocks, they create some shot alters, and we're going to have to really, really move the ball. That's the best thing they do defensively, I would say. But offensively, they move it. They get up the court quickly in transition. They use the corners very well. They can shoot threes. Jared Nickens is playing like a starter. And from the perimeter, I mean, I think he's 56% the last 3 games. So they're really on they've been a great team all year, but they're on a roll right now, especially offensively at 46% in the last 3 games from 3. And so we've got to do a great job on every area, and the biggest thing is we just cannot give them the ball back easily. You know, we can't give them turnovers, live ball turnovers, and we certainly can't give them open offensive rebounds and clean looks in transition. So there's a long list that we've got to be really, really airtight on is playing as limiting our mistakes as much as possible.
With it being senior night, you talked a lot about this, but can you just do it one more time about what Yogi has meant personally to you?
Well, I think he means a lot to me personally because I've known him for a very long time, and it's been a lot of time watching him grow up. And you've known him from a high school freshman, especially as a high school sophomore, to now as a college senior. And there's to me, it's the day by day that you go through of watching somebody like that grow. And so he's always been a winner, came in a champion. Now with this Big Ten championship, he's got another championship at the end of his senior year here, you know, at the end of his Big Ten season. So that speaks volumes about what kind of player and what kind of competitor he is. But watching him grow up as a person, watching him grow up as a leader, watching him just take his confidence to another level because he brought confidence to his teammates. And I think that's the biggest thing. Yogi's always been a very confident person, but when you bring confidence to others, it's amazing what it does to your own level of confidence. And I think that's that's the biggest thing for me. But again, I'm not in a closure state of mind. I'm not in a definitive put an exclamation point on it. I think we still have a lot of basketball. Maryland's going to be a very, very challenging team, but the bottom line is Yogi just continues to get better, and I think he's still got more growth in him while he's with us, because I think he's going to have a very long career when that closure of Indiana does come. I think he's going to have a very long career at the NBA level.
Is that your favorite thing about college basketball, is seeing a kid start as a freshman or a sophomore and then just develop and turn into a man before your eyes?
No, I think it's part of it. Yeah, I mean that's why that's part of the you want the same thing in your family. So this is your extended family. So that's a huge part of it. But there's a lot of things that are very enjoyable about this, and because it all comes back to the process that people go through to get where they need to be at. And I love the guys that didn't end up making it all the way through, because you go through those moments with them as well, and you hope that you did enough with them to that it'll come back to help them at some point in time. You try to make everybody better in your program, but when you've got somebody like Yogi that has done the things that he's done and improved the way that he's improved, it's a joy to go through it with him.
Tom, you touched on this the other day, but you mentioned riding around with the golf cart with Yogi. KJ Hammond was there too. Was that the first time?
Yeah, I think DeJuan Moreira was on that golf cart as well. He was at Morehead State now. It's the first time I was around him. Yeah, I'd seen him play once, but that was the first time that he'd been here. He was in the back of the golf cart, so he didn't sit in the back of the golf cart very long.
I was going to say, did you sense that swagger, that confidence?
No, not at that point. No, it was too. In all honesty, at that point, no. And really, even watching him as a sophomore, AAU-wise, I didn't see that. But I did see it on his high school team. You know, you started to see it there. And I think let me see, Marcus Teague might have been, he was in the AU team that I saw him play on. So, you know, when Marcus is on the team, he's going to dominate the ball a lot. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. So Yogi Eaton, the first time I saw him, didn't get a ton of minutes early on. But the more you watched him, the more you could see it. And then you could see it as the AU season went on. The biggest thing for me was seeing it on his Park Tudor team with Ed Schilling. Anything else with that?
No.
Okay.
Can you update us on how Robert is doing and Juwan?
Robert is still dealing. He's doing a little more from time to time, and just trying to progress and rehabbing, and he's doing everything as diligently as he can there. Still dealing with the high ankle sprain, and Juwan was better today. He went through a limited amount of practice yesterday, but he was much better today.
Tom, this is a quasi-big picture question, but now that you've gone through a year with some rules changes, has it done what maybe people hoped in terms of opening up the game? Have you seen?
I would think so, but I think we'll see as the season continues. You know, as we get into the level of March basketball, right? So, but I think so, absolutely. I think the referees have done a very good job. I think the key is that no matter at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, you want it consistent on both ends of the court. And you know, because of human dynamics, it may not be the same every night, right? But because people are different, but you want it to be as consistent as it can be on both ends of the court for both teams. And but I think they've done a very good job. And I don't pay attention to the numbers, you know, the national numbers. I see them, but it's not as relevant to me because just really looking at what our numbers are and then what the numbers of our opponents are, right? But I can believe all that. Yeah, I don't watch it a ton outside of what I watch some of my friends and things, people like that I want to pay attention to. But I watch so much basketball here and so much basketball in preparation that sometimes there's not a lot of time to see some of the other teams. But I would imagine that all those numbers are very true. But I think they've done a very good job with it. And I think the process was moving years ago. But it'd probably be better to ask the guys that are on that were part of the competition committee or the rules committee, because they'd had a better view of it. But from my point of view, I think it's been fine.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Tom.